My name is Moises, and I'm with Private Medical Practice Developers, and we help clinics and practices grow across the nation. And we are excited to be able to discuss today with Portrait about in their profit and beauty about memberships and the benefit and strategies of a membership model in your aesthetics practice. So as we get started, I first want to talk about the elephant in the room. Okay. And that is membership and the fact that as we've shadowed clinics all over the country, there's this concept of, I don't want to do memberships. I don't want to offer memberships. My clients don't want memberships. It feels salesy to do memberships. I don't need memberships. And the reality is there is a membership fatigue. It is a real topic. The fact that we are tired of memberships, that is truth. So I want to acknowledge that. But I also want to take it a step further and acknowledge that what we're tired about is more about bad memberships than memberships in general. It's the bad memberships we're tired of seeing or joining. And I want to share a personal experience that's happening to me now. And that was about 2 years ago. I joined a health club, and I was excited because as I joined the club, they were going to hold me accountable by me attending certain classes, and if not, then I'm accountable for that class. And I had to pay a membership, a fee, a monthly fee of about $180 a month, and I was super excited. Now, in the time frame about 2 years, so it's about 2 years and some months now that I've been part of that, I have attended 3 times, maybe 3 times. And so every time I think about that, I'm like, oh, I've got to discontinue that membership. I've got to get rid of that membership. I've got to stop that membership because I'm getting no value out of it. Now, can I say it's on me? Yes, it's on me because I'm the member. I'm the one that needs to, it's my health, it's my body. I'm the one that needs to get up at 4:30 in the morning to be at my 5 a.m. class. But here's where the bad membership comes in and the bad taste in their mouth. I have received 0 phone calls from them. I don't receive a phone call from them by saying, hey, we miss you, or hey, Moises, we've noticed that you haven't joined over the past 3 months. You haven't participated in any of our classes. I'd like to connect you with a coach so we can better understand your goals and what you're trying to accomplish for the next year. Or hey, Moises, the holidays are approaching and we've created this meal prep or this meal plan, or we have this course that we're offering here at the gym. We'd like you to participate. So how to maintain your weight or how to stay healthy with the holiday eatings, whatever that is. I've received 0 phone calls from that. The membership continues to come out and I'm receiving 0 rewards from it. And I think that's what we're tired about, is that type of memberships, bad memberships that way. What's interesting is that memberships continue to be a thing and they continue to grow. In fact, memberships are crucial for growth. Research show that memberships increases client engagement anywhere between, in the industry itself, in all type of industries, anywhere between 20 and 100%. Okay. I think Walmart has his membership and they saw an increase of 23%, but that's all in general. It's about 20 to 100%. Now, in our specific industry, the increase, you'll see an increase anywhere between 60 and 100%, an increase of client engagement. That's fantastic. That's phenomenal. That's a strong number. And so the question then becomes, okay, what's a membership? What's a good membership? How do I avoid a bad membership? And then where do I go from there? Okay, so let's take it here to 1 second. Okay, memberships. So memberships, what you do with a membership is that it grants exclusive access to products, services, discounts, or other benefits. That's what a membership really does. Okay, so I join and then I have access to these other services or exclusive access to them, and we'll discuss them in a little bit more detail. Okay, successful memberships, the reason why we want to have a successful membership is because they maintain member engagement. And I'll talk about that concept right now, which is, it is, like I mentioned on my example earlier, it would be different if I was not a member and then I start getting these phone calls from a gym or a health club. Hey, we noticed you came here once, or you tried us out, but how come you haven't come? How come you haven't come? That can feel salesy. That can be like, man, they're really pushy. They really want me to join. I only went to their class to test it out. Versus if they would call me by saying, Moises, we care about you. We understand you. You committed yourself to this. We want to help you maximize your program, maximize your result, obtain your goals. Now they sound like a partner. It's not a sales call, it's more of a partnership call. And they care about my success, and that's why they're reaching out. They don't have to, but they're reaching out because they care. And that creates that client retention and enhances that client retention, because I feel like they're taking care of me because they understand that I invested in myself to take care of myself. And that's that client retention. And what's interesting is it's a three-way thing, right? So successful memberships maintain member engagement, increases the retention, and it allows you to increase, or it empowers your patients or your clients to refer. So it increases the referral of your patients to new patients. Oftentimes, satisfied members will encourage others to join. So that word of mouth starts spreading, and it's not about the service they're talking about, it's about the membership they're talking about. And that's what I want to clarify. You want to get to a point that your clients are not talking about the service they get, but about the membership experience they receive. Okay, so let's talk about next slide, the difference between packages and bundles, subscriptions and memberships. Okay, because I hear this often. I don't need memberships because I already offer some packages, and I think that's phenomenal. Okay, packages is something that you buy in a packages and bundles. Excuse me, is something you buy in like in a series of three. And I like using examples that I have seen is going to be like an acne package. So here's the acne package. You buy this and you're going to get X, Y, and Z. And it's like this 6-month program or this 3-month program. It's very specific, and that's what it is. I've seen and heard about bridal packages. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that. There's a bridal package. Okay, you're getting married. Here's a program. And I've seen bridal packages that they're a year long. They have like this year program for them. And then I've seen some shorter bridal packages that are 3 months. You get engaged and here's your bridal package. And so that's where that falls under. You buy something and it expires. Okay. Here's the great thing about packages and bundles is that it's very clear, very defined, very specific. The challenge is that you're going to have to resell a new package or resell a different bundle at the end of that expiration. So here's a program, it expired, now let's get you into a new package that expires, let's get you into a new package that expires. Okay, so that's the challenge about that package and bundles, is that if you are concerned about always of your team always having to sell, that at the end of each package or bundle, they are going to have to represent something. Okay, now the next one is subscriptions. This is where you pay for something to gain access to a group. I like using the example of there's podcasts that you pay a subscription to, and then you get access to the podcast. You get access to that information. You may a lot of hormone practices that I work with, some hormone practices, excuse me, they offer a subscription plan, meaning or the subscription concept, meaning I'm paying an annual fee, or that may be divided into monthly, or maybe it's every 6 months, or maybe they pay every year up front, and I have access to the provider and the licensing and the fact that he's going to read my blood work. But then I still have to pay for my blood work. I still have to pay for my medication, for my pellets if I'm doing pellets, for my injectables if I'm doing injections. So I still have to pay for stuff, and I'm just paying access to. Okay. And then we have memberships, and the memberships is you have access to preferred pricing, you have access to maybe special events, maybe you have access to exclusive scheduling. Maybe if you want to be part of if you want to have access to my early mornings or to my Fridays, then you have to be a member to join those. Maybe I like an enrollment perk. One thing that I like to clarify when I'm speaking with clients is potential clients or my patients, excuse me, is they sometimes feel like I'm going to pay how much a month and then that's going to go away if I don't use it. No, that feels more like a subscription. I'm paying something monthly, and if I use it, great. And if I don't use it, you didn't use it. Memberships, strong memberships, are more considered like a beauty bank. So I'm paying something monthly, and it adds up and it adds up and it adds up. And when I'm ready to use it, I can use it maybe for a package and a bundle. I still have access to my providers. So if you will, if you can think about it, memberships includes packages and bundles. Memberships can include, of course, a subscription, but then there's more to it. So it's these two elevated or combined or working to each other's benefits. Now, when it comes to memberships, pricing of memberships, that's the other question that comes. Well, how much do I charge? What's a good pricing for my members? And there's been research that shows that the average American spends about $237 a month in memberships. $237 a month. I have seen our membership go anywhere between $99 or $90 all the way to $150, all the way to $300 and something. Okay. So we are within that range when it comes to the memberships and what the average American is willing to pay for memberships. But here's the cool thing is that we're not dealing with the average American. Our clientele, they have the majority, some of them or the majority have disposable income that they're using to come and take care of these add-ons. So our services are more wants than needs. I mean, we need them, we want them, I need them, but it's more of disposable income. So our membership can fall anywhere between low hundreds to mid 200s, and that would be a sweet spot when it comes to memberships. Before I dive into membership, I want to talk about the concept of tiers within memberships. Okay, so packages and bundles, subscriptions, memberships. When it comes to memberships, ideally you have different options and different entryways for a membership. Okay, let me share some things that I've seen successful and some things that I have seen not very successful. Okay, what I've seen successful is when they, and actually let me go to the next slide and I'll dive into it. I should go to the next slide. There's three elements that take place that make a strong membership. They need to be simple, they need to be scalable, and they need to be structurally sound. Okay, though if you have those three concepts down, you should have a very strong membership. Let me go with a simple portion. It should be simple to communicate to your team members and to your clients. And so they should be able to explain, hey, you earn, I mean, we collect $150 a month on the 15th of every month, and then you can use that towards services and you can redeem it that way. Okay. You can redeem it towards everything that we have on the program, except on products. On products, you get a discount. It's a 10% discount if you're on this membership. That's how it should be, like very simple and very clear. Versus, well, you can join our members club, if you will, your beauty bank, but you can't use it on this service and this service and this service. And on Fridays you can't use it, but if it's a Monday that falls on the second Monday, then you can use it. And I've seen programs that it becomes very elaborate and it becomes very complicated, and so now it's no longer attractive. So one of the most attractive things in a membership is the simplicity of your membership. So keep it very simple, very straightforward, and simple to redeem. Okay. The second thing would be scalable. How will it look like if I have 100 members versus 1,000 members? Can I still keep? Can I keep track of that? Can I keep track of my members? Like, do I have a program or system in place that's allowing me to keep track of? It's different for me to keep track of 15 clients, and I'm going to charge them all on the 15th. Do I charge them all on the 1st, 5th, 15th, 20th? Do I charge them the day they sign up? And so now I'm charging memberships every single day throughout the month. Like, organize that within your clinic. That's what makes a strong membership. It's very clear even for you internally. And also the difference between doing a discount versus a specific price. I like to use an example, a case study. I was part of this case study, and meaning one of my clinics had to deal with this at one point, and that is that they had given a dollar amount on their toxin. So let's say it's like if you join this specific membership, you're going to get it at $9 a unit. Okay, let's just say that. They had to increase that price. Now, how do I talk to my members who I just signed up yesterday at $9 a unit? How do I tell them, never mind, it's going to be $9.50 or even $10? It doesn't matter. There's a change. I had you sign it yesterday. Now I'm going to say, never mind. Now there's a price increase. I'm breaking the agreement. So now they can be like, well, that's not what I agreed upon. So please cancel my membership. And that gets them frustrated. Versus if I say, you'll get $1 off. Now that could be $1 off of $9 a unit, $1 off $10 a unit. That can be $1 off $12 a unit. It doesn't matter. I can change my pricing, and you're still getting that discount or that savings. But I'm not saying what that saving is. I'm just talking about that discount versus the specific price. Does that make sense, team? And so when it becomes scalable, keep that in mind, that you want to make sure that even though you do want to advertise, like it's common for us to want to advertise pricing because it becomes attractive on the eyes, but be careful that you can scale it in case you've got to change pricing. So maybe $1 off, and then you can verbalize. So right now it's $10. So with the membership, it'll be only $9. Okay. And then structurally sound. Does it make financial business sense? And I say this because oftentimes I've seen memberships that they're not making sense to the business. I mean, it's attractive to the members, but maybe I'm giving such a big discount that when I'm going with it, okay, now everybody signed up and I have a very full schedule, but after all the discounts and savings, I'm making only this amount. And had I done less of a savings, or even, and only half of my clients would have bought of what I currently have, I would have made more money at the end of the day than if I would have given that big discount. So make sure it's structurally sound, that it makes financial business sense, that it's not filling your schedule either with very, very discounted prices that now you cannot, the only way you can increase it is by increasing staff, which then costs you more, so you can then fill their schedule with volume. Make sure that there's a balance between volume and the quality of the pricing. So those are the three things. Now, when it comes to, once it's simple and scalable and structurally sound, then I've seen people that offer just one membership. I've got one membership, join our beauty bank, and that's it. And then I've seen it where it comes into tiers. I've also seen it when they do it into departments, which is, we've got a laser hair removal membership, we've got an injectable membership, we've got a skincare membership. Everybody is entitled to how you guys want to do it. I'm going to share my own opinion and my experience as I've seen clinics going with the simple portion. Just let your membership join into everything, bleed into everything. If you want to divide it that way, divide it into the tiers. So in other words, I've got tier 1. It's a lower price membership. Let's say it's $99 or $110 a month. And then you have access to some skin discounts, like maybe laser hair removal or laser program, and a 10%, or let's say it's a 7% discount on all products, and maybe some discount on toxin, as an example. It's a 50 cent, or I'm going to use this to make it easy, a dollar less per unit. And that's my tier 1, my gold, or whatever you want to call it, my basic. You choose a name, right? Then my second tier, it can be that, but now I'm adding, maybe it's $1.50 off my unit for injectables. And because I want this to be more inclined for my injections, I'm going to add a discount on my fillers. And now you get a discount on your fillers. If you buy 2 fillers, you get a third one. And so you can still use these memberships for all my services or most of my services, but I'm going to incline you to use the second tier versus the tier 1 if you're already using fillers. Okay. And then maybe I have a third tier, and the third tier could include body contouring, for example. So maybe it has discounts on my toxin, discounts on my fillers, and now I'm adding discounts on my body contouring. Or if I have a weight loss program, maybe that's my weight loss program. Or maybe my weight loss program is my point of entry. That's what they're most interested about. So when you're designing your membership, understand your demographic, understand your client, what's going to help them come in. And at the end of the day, you want them to at least enter your most basic one. You want most of your members to at least be on the most basic program, because then you can, in that conversation, you can help them up their tiers from tier 1 to tier 2, tier 2 to tier 3. Okay. So as you're building your memberships, understand, okay, how am I making number 2 more attractive than number 1? And it cannot just be the discount, but it's also what's part of that package. What am I including? Am I second tier every quarter? Are they getting a free analysis, or are they getting a free facial, or are they getting something on their birthday? Or do I have special event for my tier 3, or special scheduling for my tier 3 for my more elite program? So as you do that, think about tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and the majority of your clients should fall under tier 2. You have some elite ones, you have some basic ones, but mainly on tier 2. And then to wrap up, is how do you measure your memberships, if they're being successful or not? And you want to measure your memberships in the systems that you can, but you want to find out how often are they coming? Like, are they redeeming that membership? Don't become like that health club that I just paid and they would never come, and then of course they get upset. Are they coming often? Are they increasing their spending? And that's the cool thing about memberships, is that my $120 a month, that's already a bill. So even though I may have already saved $400 because it's been 4 or 5 months, when I walk in, that's money that you guys have that maybe I'm bringing $100 more. So now I can do an upsell. I can talk about other products, or maybe I'm only going to spend $200 because I've already spent the other 400. That's the concept of membership. So let's see how much does their ticket increase, members versus non-members. Do they spend more with you on a yearly basis versus non-members? So that's a KPI you can keep track of, and keep track of how often they're coming. Okay. And as a personal invite, now you're talking to you're encouraging your team to sell memberships, to discuss memberships. All your conversations is about memberships. So now I can say, hey guys, we have a goal of 20 memberships a month. And so we're just adding 20 members every month. And then that's of course the compound effect that becomes a great number. But that's what we're talking about. You ought to join our membership. You ought to speak with Caitlin about the membership. Let me connect you with her about the membership. And it allows them to cross-sell from injectables to lasers to skincare because of the membership conversation. It takes away the salesy conversation and it puts it more about what's in it for them. How do we take care of you? That's why we created this program exclusive for patients. Okay. Any comments or questions?
All right. So we do have a few questions here. This one says, I already have clients that visit me. I don't feel like I need to give a discount. So why use memberships?
I hear that. That's a good question. And I hear that question, especially when they have a lot of clients and they feel comfortable with it. You don't necessarily have to give a membership or give discounts. But once again, the key about membership is it allows you to cross-sell into other benefits, into other services. So don't think about memberships only about discounts that you're offering to your patients. Think about memberships as a way for you to be able to increase client interaction. Client interaction may include other services. You may have clients that may only come in for injectables, and how do you transition that into a body contour, into a skincare? And so I can say, because you're a member, you have access to, let's say it's weight loss or body contouring. You have access to our body scan. And so let me have you do your body scan because you have access to that. I can have that conversation because you're a member. If you're not a member, it's weird to say, hey, have you ever considered doing a body scan? That would be a weird conversation to have as you're doing toxin. But it will be a natural conversation to have if you're part of that members and saying, hey, it's been a quarter and you haven't taken advantage of it. We want to make sure you take good care of it. So think about membership not only as a discount, but as a way to cross-sell and interact with other team members and other services.
So this next question is kind of a good segue. Do I have to give things away for free?
Good question. No, you don't have to. You don't have to. In fact, I know of memberships that it's all about eliteness. So they don't even give a lot of discounts. They just give them access to special scheduling, access to the doctor versus the nurse or the MP. And so some of the memberships are geared towards eliteness and not necessarily discounts. Now they still pay and that money still goes toward the service, but they're part of that VIP club. And so because they're part of that VIP club, they can promote that. So not all memberships have to be about discounts. That's a great question.
And then the last one that I see here, I feel that if I offer membership, I could come across as salesy.
Yes, I think it goes back to the membership fatigue. I agree. I think that we can come across as salesy if the membership is not automating their life or making their life better or solving a problem. The membership itself can come across salesy. So I think it's how we deliver that membership that will not come across salesy. And I will say, I'll go back to my previous slide, between packages and memberships, the nice thing about a membership is that you talk about it once and that's it. Now it's all about, let me take care of you and help you redeem your memberships. When you're talking about packages and bundles, like I said, once that package expires, you have to talk about a new package again. So I'm not saying that you become salesy by doing that, but you're talking more about sales when you're doing packages and bundles than when you're doing membership. But membership is a one-time conversation. If they close it and that's it, and everything else is about redeeming their membership. Let me partner with you so you can make the most out of something you've already enrolled versus, okay, this expired. Now do you want to try this other one and this other one and this other one? So how we deliver is key. And then the difference between doing it once versus doing it several times. Okay.
Right.
And guys, if to build a good membership, if you want to build a membership that sells, if you want to scan that QR code, we can send you a template of how to build some good tier memberships and make the most out of it where you don't feel like it's salesy. It doesn't have to be all about discounts. There's some eliteness into it, but just feel free to send that. I wish you guys success as you guys are building successful, positive, strong memberships for your clients. Have a good one, team.